let's start with racket number 1. The show Fixer Upper, Chip and Joanna. That's how I go. I didn't really follow the name of the show. So Chip and Joanna houses can be tough to sell in Waco, real estate agents say.
Argue.
Well, they say.
They're saying it.
Yep. These agents out here in Waco are hating on Chip and Joanna. So some of these homes.
Well, that or maybe it's just the listing agent is trying to cover her tracks for why she can't sell the house.
So some of these are getting marked up as high as 75% of market value, 25% to 75%, based off of the fact that they were on the show Fixer Upper, which used to be on what, HGTV?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Used to be on HGTV.
Well, you can watch reruns on HGTV.
And you can still see the reruns there. They're now moving over to their own network.
They are.
So, interestingly enough.
Yep.
They'll have their own network soon enough. And
but
anyway.
It'll still be with HGTV. I think it's through Discovery, which I think HGTV and Discovery are part of the same network.
What we're talking about is that these agents and owners are learning the hard way. So what happens? Here's an example. Season 2, the Asian Ranch House. It was featured on Season 2 of the hit HGTV show. And they put out a price tag of $679, and the agent is saying that is likely the burden to the sale. The average price for homes that sold in Waco were around $215,000. So they're saying, listen,
yikes.
They do great work. They're super popular, the finishes that they're putting into these homes, but agents are saying Waco can't support this high-end luxury market, and certainly to some degree they can because people are investing in these homes and they're paying more than the $215,000, but they don't have a bulk of luxury buyers, it sounds like.
Have you actually watched the show?
I have not.
Okay. So, because these buyers, though, are buying the homes at market value, in my mind.
And then they're fixing them up.
So they're because when they bring Chip and Joanna in, their budget is $200. So Chip and Joanna are finding a house for $100 and then are investing. So they're really.
So to your point, the shotgun house, which was featured on Season 3, they purchased the house for $28,000.
Yes.
And then it's on the market for $950.
Yes.
That's bonkers.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not, because in my mind, the finishes aren't high end. It's not a luxury property. They're making it a luxury property by listing it at $679.
Or $950 when you bought it for $28,000.
Right.
But it looked like a new construction.
So they're not investing that much money into the homes. They're just thinking that the popularity is allowing it to be worth that much more. I mean, we're talking about just like subway tiles in the kitchen backsplash. I mean, we're really talking about.
I think it's much easier for fans to walk into Home Goods and buy one of Joanna's products from Home Goods or from wherever.
Not Home Goods, they would be going to Target.
Or Target.
But that's the point now, is that they've now become so accessible that anybody can now throw up shiplap and buy Joanna's basket that she used.
Buy her
she's
basket.
Selling them. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense at scale for people even to probably overpay 25 to 75%. For a basket makes a lot of sense to me because Joanna's name is on it.
Yes.
Or a paint color pays 25 to 75% more.
Paint.
Right? For her like favorite 3 paint colors. Pay more for that.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense to me. But like you mentioned before the show, they've got Airbnbs that they own.
Well, but also the homeowners. So like that Asian ranch, they should just be Airbnb.
Exactly. That's a great call. The Asian ranch, you want to get a return on your investment. Airbnb it, market it as Chip and Joanna's Asian Ranch home from Season 2. You're going to get a 25, 75, maybe even 100% markup. And I believe people would just say, let's go vacation in Waco because we want to stay in their home.
Well, people are already vacationing in Waco to go visit the Magnolia
so
silo.
you can stay at their Airbnb.
Yes.
That to me makes a lot of sense to make money. But when someone is actually going to buy the home and pay a mortgage payment for the next 30 years, they're going to be looking for what can I actually sell the house for? What's my exit plan? What are the other comps? Hopefully they are working with a good agent locally.
You know
I know Chip and Joanna have their own real estate company. Maybe they're working with one of their agents.
No, they're not. But you know what you should do if you're like an investor, that would be, not that you would want to spend $659,000 on it, but I'm pretty certain you could probably run some numbers and figure out a good price to actually buy the Asian ranch house now. And then Airbnb it out. You could probably make a decent amount of money. I would run some numbers.
If I'm one of these listing agents that is taking the overpriced fixer-upper house and the sellers are adamant about overpricing it, okay, listen, that means we're only going to target investors, to your point.
You have to. And, like, not local investors. Like
Airbnb investors.
Like people that, yes.
And we're going to market this as an investment opportunity. Here's your return.
Yes.
If you have it rented out or Airbnb'd out for 275 nights of a year, and this is what you're going to make, then you can drive a higher sale.
Right. Because I think at that point, too, even if the investor can make back his money in the first 5 years, because I figure you have like what? I mean, we were talking about there's probably just there's going to be a run here, right? Maybe a 5-year run. I mean, if they work their magic, maybe you have a 10-year run, right?
Chip and Joanna. Yes. Because I argued before the show, and I would make this argument to any investor thinking about this. Yeah, you're going to have shelf life on Chip and Joanna. This isn't Coca-Cola. They're not McDonald's. They don't have so much brand equity that in 15 years, Nicole believes they do.
Well,
I don't.
I'm not saying that I do. I think that they're taking all of the right steps in order to have that.
Yeah, they could. I don't think they have brand equity that if they don't stop producing content, which sounds like they're going to keep doing shows, which means their brand should continue to grow.
Well, they're opening coffee shops. They're opening
Their brand, to me, grows if they continue to pour in on their content production year after year after year. That'll keep them relevant.
Yes. And they need to stay married.
They would have to stay married.
Yes.
There's a little marriage advice. If you're listening, Chip or Joanna, stay
sure
married
they're fine.
out there.
There's just so many rumors always.
Oh, boy. Rumorville.
But anyway, I do think that if an investor goes in, they hit it
first.
hard.
Are we breaking the rumors?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean.
We're breaking them?
What does that mean, breaking them?
Has anyone else reported on these rumors?
No. Yes. It's been all over.
I didn't know if we had inside info.
Well, then they had a baby.
Because then we could have really put it in the headline.
Oh, gosh. No. Stop it.
Chip and Joanna getting divorced. Put that in the headline of this show.
We're not putting that in the headlines. Never. I would never spread any horrible rumors like that. But, again, I do think an investor could probably scoop it up. I mean, if you really think about it, too.
You're going to get attention. They had 18,000 views on this particular listing.
You could even turn it into like a bed and breakfast Airbnb, because then you could rent out each room. You know, you have a living room so people can then actually, like, you could even do it like that, too. I would do a bed and breakfast.
And so I don't think they're tough
that would be fun.
I think what agents are saying is a complete racket. These homes are not tough to sell.
They're making excuses. Well,
there was 18,000 views on the listing. These are not tough homes to sell. Price them accordingly. 75% makes it tough to sell.
Well,
75% markup.
But that's the point of the article. She's saying that it's the price that's making it difficult to sell.
So,
yes.
There you go.